Let me see who's in here. Good Thursday morning. How you doing? YouTube and Facebook. I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Good Thursday to you. And we got some breaking, some developing news, a developing story coming out of the NBA, going into the the third day of the new season. Make sure you come in. If you're watching me on Facebook, YouTube, make sure you like this live stream. Make sure you comment, let me know where you're watching from. Also, make sure you share this to all your social media platforms. I'm also live on TikTok as well at Kendrick Henderson 51. If you haven't followed me there, make sure you follow me on TikTok as well. And again, like, comment, subscribe to the channels, TFG Sports Media, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. Doesn't cost you a dime. Comment. Let me know where you're watching from. What's going on? What's going on? Herkimer Jones. How you doing? Good Thursday to you. Yeah, I appreciate that gift too, Mr. Jones. I want to say not Chauncey, but again, it's still a developing story. We have a few details until we just reporting what is out there. He was my favorite Piston. I heard that already. Yeah, he was definitely big shot. Chauncey is what they called him. If you remember his playing career, he started with the Nuggets, but his most success came with the Detroit Pistons when he helped lead that team to a title in 2004, and he was named the NBA Finals MVP that year as well. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the gifts, man. I thought you was him. Nah, T Mac, I'm not Chauncey Billups. I've heard everything but that. Yeah. So what's up, Jack? That was all Big Ben. He was part of that crew. Appreciate that follow too. Make sure y'all tap that screen, get them lights up as well. Again, we got a developing story coming out of the NBA. Sham Charania with ESPN was the first to break this. I appreciate that follow on Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, as well as Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, were both arrested on Thursday morning. They were among 34 people arrested as part of an investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Again, I'm going to repeat that. If you're just popping in over here on TikTok, make sure you tap that screen, get that likes up. Again, this is the developing story. ESPN's Sham Charania was the first to report this and break this, that Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier were among 34 people arrested as part of investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Now, this investigation has been a year long, according to Sham Charania report. I appreciate that like, and I'm just going to read a little bit for you from his report. He says Billups and Rozier were among 34 people arrested. The arrests were the result of a year-long investigation covering 11 states and involving tens of millions of dollars. FBI Director Kash Patel said that earlier on this morning. Patel and other law enforcement officials said the multiple charges involved four mafia families and organized crime networks and mind-boggling amounts of fraud. Again, that was Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, was given that information. Uh, Rozier, who is a guard for the Miami Heat, he was arrested this morning at a hotel in Orlando, Florida, uh, and he's accused of participating in the illegal sports betting scheme using private insider in the NBA information. The Heat again lost their season opener to the Magic on yesterday, Wednesday, and Rozier did not play in that game. Uh, Also, according to the indictment, Rozier and other defendants had access to private information known by NBA players or NBA coaches that was likely to affect the outcome of games or players' performances, and provided the information to other co-conspirators in exchange for either a flat fee or a share of betting profits. Did he know the arrest was coming? Probably not. Uh, Billups, who was arrested in Oregon, is charged in a separate indictment alleging a wide ranging scheme to rig underground poker games that were backed by mafia families. He said the defendants are accused of using technology to steal millions from victims in the New York area. That's what one of the authorities said. Wow, this is this is heavy. This is some heavy news, man. Uh, let's see what else I can pass along to you guys. Make sure you tap that screen, get that like player. Also, former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones was among those arrested Thursday as well. He allegedly provided inside information about NBA games to co-defendants who used it to play sports bets. So wow. Jim Jones, what's happening? Appreciate the gift. If you just popping in, yeah, this is a big story. You know, the NBA just tipped off the new season, the new campaign on Tuesday. Jamaican says Gil snitched. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas, he has his own little issue dealing with gambling too. He used his house was used as a place where you could do some illegal gambling. He still has to deal with that. But again, Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, as well as Heat guard Terry Rozier, were among 34 people that's arrested in this big illegal sports betting and rigged game scheme. And it has seemed like it's spread across a couple of states. So, they decided to legalize sports betting in most states, man. And I think, I don't have a problem with people betting on sports. Don't get me wrong. I think to each his own. But when you legalize it in a lot of these states and professional sports, it already has a lot of people already feel like certain situations is rigged. And now when you get former players, former coaches or whatever, that's inside the game right now, and they got access to certain information, it does threat the integrity of the game. And this is where we are right now with sports betting. We've seen it. We've seen it now at the college level. College sports is getting that same stigma. You know what I mean? This has been happening all along in sports. That's Jabarian. You're one of the one that believes that sports has been rigged for a while, and there's a lot of people that has believed that. And when you have a big story like this that happens, Lorenzo said, everybody keeps saying I look like him. Everybody say I get either Karl Malone, Big Daddy Kane. Now it's Chauncey Billups. Okay, I got to add that to the list. Uh, Once they went legal to sports betting, we had to know this would be happening. I have to tend to agree. I have to agree with that. Uh, but the poker game is definitely, I get what you're saying there. I'm a poker, not sports, but that's definitely separate. But I mean, he was dealing with a mafia family, and they were exchanging flat fees for betting profits and all that kind of stuff, man. So um this is a big story, man. And it's probably going to be some more. It's probably going to be some more players uh, that's going to be tied to some of this stuff. I'm gonna read some comments on YouTube. Doesn't the timing of this seems fishy? NBA opening week. Maybe someone at the NBA pissed off Trump. Josh FKA from YouTube. You could have a great point. You got a great point. The timing of this does seem fairly fishy. You wait until 3 days after the NBA tips off, and here we are. What's up, CC? Good Thursday to you. Appreciate you. Wow, this is insane. Yeah. So both Rozier and Chauncey Billups are scheduled to meet to appear before a district judge sometime this afternoon. Multiple crime families involved. Yeah, that's what according to the report. And we'll see what they would be formally charged with, what type of bond they will get. So yeah, man. Uh, According to Nocella, 36 of the defendants are accused of their involvement in the sports betting case, while there are 31 defendants allegedly involved in the rigged poker games. Jones, that is Damon Jones, player and assistant coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers, is one of those people allegedly involved in both cases. Uh, wow. So yeah, four passes. Think 31 people total so far have been grabbed. Yeah, is you Chauncey? Laughing out just. No, I'm not Chauncey. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. By the way, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, that I'm not Chauncey. I've heard Chauncey since Uh, some real soprano ish Chauncey the GOAT. Yeah, there's some real sopranos. You're right about that. I appreciate that follow too. My so what's next for the Portland Trailblazers as far as head coach? I don't know who's Chauncey's assistant, but obviously he won't be coaching the Trailblazers probably ever again. I mean, this is uh C Dub says lock them up on TikTok. This is very serious situation. You talking about like you got my vote, bro. Follow. I appreciate the follow. Damn, my boy from Colorado. Yeah. Chauncey was just inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame last year as well. Uh hey, everybody keeps saying it. Yeah. And he was the finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons back in '04. He helped lead that team. He and Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace and all those former Pistons. I believe Richard Hamilton was on that team. Chauncey, Prince was the skinny guy. They're gonna make an example out of these boys. We're gonna see. Jay say follow the live creator. So if you're just tuning in, here's get you up to date on what's went down. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have been arrested as part of a pair of wide-ranging investigations related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. This is according to authorities. ESPN's Sham Charania was the first to break this news this morning. Again, Billups and Rozier were among 34 people arrested. The arrests were the result of a years-long investigation covering 11 states involving tens of millions of dollars. FBI Director Kash Patel said. Patel and other law enforcement officials said the multiple charges involved 4 mafia families, and organized crime networks and mind-boggling amounts of fraud. Yeah. Do you think Arena snitched? You know what? I wouldn't put it past him. I wonder how long it's been going on. That's a good question. They say it's been a years-long investigation. So how was it? Who tipped them off to this, and how long? Again, this has probably been going on longer than this year-long investigation. Uh, so this is really really deep. When will they finalize something? This is it's just developing right now. We still got a lot more facts and information, and I'm sure that's going to come out again. Chauncey Billups and I'm not Mike Rozier, Terry Rozier will be hearing before a district judge sometime this afternoon. Excuse me. Uh, I mean, snitches don't get stitches nowadays. I hear you. 3 NBA teams, including Blazers and Heat. Yeah. So now, what would NBA commissioner? Uh, what is his next move? No, it's not me. No, that's my twin. I've heard him and Carl Malone as well as Big Daddy Kane is my twin. But now it's going to be up to what would the NBA commissioner Adam Silver? What is his next move going to be? Because this is now going to put a big taint. It's put a taint on your league. You got a head coach involved in something like this, and another assistant coach involved. You got a player that's been, Terry Rozier name has been out there for a while. Then you just had a dude, I think his name Jonte Porter, who's the brother of Michael Porter Jr. I believe he's been banned from the league because I appreciate that follow. Because of betting on games that he was involved in. So Terry Rozier again, this is going to be something that's going to be talked about for a while. Now it's going to be interesting to see if any of the shows going to even mention this tonight. You got NBA games that's going to be tipping off. Some more games that's going on tonight. Will any of these pregame shows even talk about this? Even I think you can't. Mafia done gotten Chauncey for illegal poker. Yeah, just pay Daddy Trump. He'll let you out. Yeah, go figure. Someone didn't pay the hush money. That's what Dubs say. I hear you, Dubs. So this is a development story, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this just broke probably, I want to say, 2 hours ago. And one of the individuals in this chat, I appreciate everybody watching too. Tap that screen, get them likes up. Make sure you let me know where you're watching from. It just seemed fishy that this story broke on the third day of the NBA new season. It's just interesting. Yeah, this is kind of fish. Hubie Brown coming back as interim. I don't know. Hopper and Hubie Brown is up there in the 80s, man. I don't know if he want to do this grind again. Sports got no place for the gambling. Gambling has taken over. Yeah, he player too, Rose. Yeah, Terry Rozier. Yeah. And speaking of Terry Rozier, he's in the final year of a 4-year, $93 million contract that he signed with the Hornets in 2021. But then the Hornets traded him to the Heat in January of 2024 because back in 2023, that's when all his situation of possibly being a part of some illegal betting on sports, especially his sports, all that came up. So that cloud has been surrounding Terry Rozier since 2023. Sham said it was the illegal poker play with the mafia. Yeah, this new generation hoopers really are dense. I hear you, Wayne. I appreciate that like too. I appreciate Vito. Thanks for popping in. Rozier is nothing much at all. I'm worried about Billups' safety. Mafia deals with witnesses in a bad way. DeAndre Ayton should be next. Man, I appreciate that follow, Mitch. Thanks. Appreciate that. So again, I wanted to pop in and give you a live, just to give you an update on the latest on this Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and this NBA this year-long investigation into this illegal sports betting and rigged poker game scheme. I didn't know anything about this rigged poker games, but now this is Terry was on a $90 million contract. It's greed at this point. Yeah. And allegedly that he had problem paying bills too, from what I was reading a couple of months ago. Supposedly he was like getting eviction notices from condo penthouses and all this kind of stuff. My guy Shoelace says NFL next. You could play Chauncey in the movie, dog. Thanks, Hopper. I ain't never heard that I look like Chauncey, but I guess so. I have to write that down on my list of those that say, well, what's the background picture from? It's a still photo of Chauncey coaching with the Portland Trailblazers. That's that background photo. Yeah, this is just soft disclosure. Isn't it day 2 of then? Actually, it's day 3. It'd be day 3 because the season opened up on Tuesday. So today is actually day 3. You sound like Chauncey more than you. Okay. Yeah, he's a legend of Denver, bro. I thought that was you, Devin. I see you. Yeah. No, you good, Devin. No, it's all good. It's all love over here, man. Y'all make sure y'all like this. Share this live too, if you don't mind. And yeah, day 3 and this happened. It is wild. Yeah. Yeah, Chauncey's been the head coach of the Trailblazers since 2021, man, and this is wild. This is wild. Who's your team? I'm new here. I watched the NBA, but when my GOAT Michael Jeffrey Jordan retired the second time, when he left the NBA, I left. I watched the NBA. I don't have a team at all. I like players. There's certain players I like to watch. I like to watch Ja Morant. I like to watch my man in Minnesota, Anthony Edwards. Those are probably my and Kyrie Irving. Those are probably my 3 favorite players to watch. Didn't Chauncey have a? Yeah, he did. He sure did, Nick. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a Pistons legend. He did have that SA allegation. I think he ended up being cleared, but he did have that. How do you feel about people like LeBron and KD being able to have sponsorship from sports books? That's a very good question. I really don't. I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem though when you get the second tier players, kind of like the Mike, like the Terry Roziers, those second level players that may not be top notch, and they get some sort of relationship with sports books. Then we seeing what we seeing now. Yeah, yeah, he did. So I don't have a problem because that's where we are now in sports. Let's just go and keep it funky. Sports betting in sports is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. So you got to find a way to regulate it. DP10, appreciate that follow. Uh, uh, DP100 says LeBron would be next. And speaking of LeBron, what's funny? Everything with this story breaking, there was another story that's out there too. This writer with the Ringer has written a new book about the LeBron and his Lakers and about his relationship with Russell Westbrook. Uh, so that's a book that's now I think you can get on Amazon. That was written by this NBA reporter with the Ringer, and it's called Hollywood Ending: The Dreams and Drama of the LeBron Lakers by Yaron Weitzman, and he's with the Ringer. So y'all check that out. I actually did something on that. If you haven't followed me here on TikTok, make sure you follow me at Kendrick Henderson 51. Go check out the segment I did on this. LeBron, the allegedly that Russell Westbrook called LeBron fake, according to an excerpt in this book. Yeah, too bad Chauncey's not a great Japanese baseball player. I believe I believe Brody is way too real to make up something like that. Yeah, someone asked me, is it believable? Yeah, I think it is. I don't think Westbrook wouldn't say that. I think he would say it, and I think he probably had reasons to say it. I put it that way. So we're gonna see. So again, if you're just popping in, I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. Make sure you follow me right here on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channels. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. It doesn't cost you a dime. You can follow them both on Facebook as well, and you can also follow me on Instagram at KDrick1969. Dubs, appreciate that follow. Chauncey Billups discussing Chauncey Billups. Everybody keeps saying that. Do you think Terry gets banned? Yes, Ranger and Arlo. I think so. This is a wrap, and I think it's a wrap for Chauncey Billups too. Yeah, I think he's banned. I think he's done in the NBA. That is Chauncey. I think both of them done. Damn, I thought you was him. I appreciate that. My man, so sucker like you say, Gilbert Snitch. Gilbert still got his situation that he got to do. You think they will strip his no, I don't think they'll strip his Hall of Fame thing. uh I didn't know if he was inducted. Chauncey Billups was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, back in last year in 2024. uh it's just crazy timing with all this. You're right. I know it is. It's crazy. Just all of a sudden this story breaks 3 days into the NBA new season. Yeah, that's not me, Sergio. That's Chauncey Billups, who is probably going to be the former head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. I'm sure that's a wrap. Yeah. So there you have it. So again, any if I get any more breaking news, any more developing information on this, this big investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games, I definitely will pop in. And Mike and Terry Rozier too. If you popping in late, I've already kind of went through there, but here is the deal. Chauncey Billups and Heat guard Terry Rozier were among 34 people arrested as part of an investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Not only was those two names, Damon Jones, if you remember Damon Jones, former Cleveland Cavalier, he's also assistant coach for them. He was named and arrested as well in this big time investigation. Again, it's 34 people involved. I'm sure some more names are going to come out as the days progress. And I definitely will keep you up to date and pop in, man, if there's some other big time news coming from this big story. I just don't get it, bro. Already rich, why risk it? Greed, man. I don't know. Did Gilbert Arenas get arrested for the same thing? Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know if he was doing well. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. As far as I think his was more on the rig poker games thing because he was hosting it at his home in California. He leased it out according to the report. But he knew what was going on. He had like he didn't know that they were doing those rigged poker games, but he knew what was going on. So yeah, so man, there you have it. So again, I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. I want to thank everybody for popping in again. Just want to give you some insight on what's happening with this big investigation. And now Adam Silver, he has a lot. He's gonna have a lot of questions to answer, man. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of questions to answer. So, man, y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. I'm definitely gonna be trying to tune in some of these pregame shows coming up tonight because we got some NBA games tonight. Innocent till proven guilty. You're right. You're right. But the information that we have, it's a doozy, man. It's a doozy. So again, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Again, if you haven't followed me here, make sure you follow me here. Check out some of my other stories, other segments that I post. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be posting a segment that I did on Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. Russell Wilson finally showed that he can clap back at somebody. But I'm definitely going to be posting that here in a little bit. Appreciate that follow tag. And any more new information come out, I definitely will pop in and get you updated. All right. All right. You guys be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We'll see you on the other side and on the next report. I'm out. Peace. All right. Facebook and YouTube, that's a wrap for me. Again, if there is any more information on this story, I definitely will be popping in and giving it to you. If you watch this later, just give you an update on this Chauncey Billups arrest as well as Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. ESPN's Sham Sarania was the first to report this. Third were arrested as part of an investigation related to illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Again, part of those two people that was involved in this arrest, Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, as well as Cleveland Cavaliers assistant coach and former player Damon Jones was named as well. And let me just read a little bit of this for you real quick, then we're going to get out of here. Rozier, who was arrested Thursday, that is Terry Rozier with the Heat, he was arrested in Orlando, Florida, is accused of participating in illegal sports betting scheme using a private insider who had NBA's information. The Heat lost their season opener to the Magic on Wednesday, which was yesterday, and Terry Rozier did not play in that game due to a coach's decision. Now, according to the indictment, Rozier and other defendants had access to private information known by NBA players or NBA coaches that was likely to affect the outcome of games or players' performances and provided that information to other co-conspirators in exchange for either a flat fee or a share of betting profile. Also, Chauncey Billups, who's the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, which is probably going to be former head coach now, he was arrested in Oregon, and he is charged in a separate indictment alleging a wide-ranging scheme to rig underground poker games that were backed by mafia families, authorities said. The defendants are accused of using technology to steal millions from victims in the New York area. This is one of the authorities said that. So this is really, really big. It's just the timing of this to come out the third day of the new NBA season. And here we are. So again, I'm gonna keep you up to date on this. If any other big news, that any more information come out about this, I'm definitely gonna make sure I pass that along to you as well. And so I think that's a wrap, man. I mean, again, you're innocent to proving guilty. You're right. And a viewer on TikTok said that, and we have to until we get all the information and facts. We just have to assume that these Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, as well as Damon Jones, as well as those other 31 people are presumed innocent until proven guilty. But if the FBI have been doing a year-long investigation and they got what they need, I don't know. You know what they say, that saying says where there's smoke, there's fire. So we're gonna see. I hope it's not true for Chauncey Billups. One of Hall of Famer, man. I hope it's not true, but if it is, that's a wrap for him and Rozier, as far as anything dealing with the NBA. And boy, just think of the NBA now has to. They just got this new television deal with NBC, ESPN, ABC, and Amazon. This could this be LeBron James last year? I don't think so. He hadn't made any announcement, and then you got this big gambling scheme, illegal gambling scheme now hanging over your head. So Adam Silver, I would hate to be the publicist for the league right now because they got a whole lot of damage control to do at this point. So again, if there's any more new information that comes out with this, I'm gonna pop in live and give you some more up-to-date information. All right. Again, I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this to all your social media platforms. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on TikTok as well, Kendrick Henderson 51. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.